Hey everyone, welcome back to another vlog with me and Elycia. Today we're going to be talking about blogging again. This time we're going to be talking about just sort of dealing with your own self-doubt. We know that talking about sort of online negativity is a popular topic, but I think sort of the less discussed thing is dealing with your own self-doubts and your own self-image related to blogging. When I'm feeling self-doubt, I need to look first at where it's coming from, what's causing it. So is it because I'm not getting the feedback that I'd hoped for, maybe the number of comments on a post or interactions with social media or number of subscribers or sponsors? Like, is it just I'm not getting sort of the feedback that I'm hoping for? Or is it that I'm comparing myself to other awesome bloggers? Or is it that I'm just not happy with what I'm making or blogging about? So we're just going to talk about those three things right now because we think that those are probably three of the biggest reasons that bloggers start doubting themselves. What do you have to say about the feedback part?
Well, in terms of feedback, I think it's really important, no matter what your post or no matter how awesome you think it is, I try not to get my expectations set too high on the feedback that I'm going to receive from it. I just sort of like to go with the flow and try not to worry about it too much, just right from the get-go. And I know that might be a little bit difficult, but it really does work for me, not even setting up any expectations for myself.
I think another thing when it comes to not getting the feedback that you are hoping for, I often try and think, like, what time of the year is it? It's right around a holiday. Ain't nobody looking at your blog. Nobody. And if it's the summer or the weather just suddenly turned nice, everybody's outside. They're not looking at blogs. And that's not a reflection of people not liking your blog. It's just a reflection of people doing something different with their lives at that time. So I think blogging is actually a lot more popular in the winter when it's cold and everybody wants to stay inside.
I agree.
And it does slow down in the summer months, and that's something you sort of get used to after a little while of blogging. So I think that's sort of a nice warning maybe for the summertime, is to expect less traffic if you keep up with that sort of thing, less comments if you're feeling like that's not happening as much. It's just a normal part of blogging, and that really has nothing to do with you. When it comes to comparing yourself to others, I do this all the time. It's
sucky.
It's sucky and it's so normal, and I will do it forever. I take breaks from doing it, but if I'm having a bad night, this is sort of the thing that I'll catch myself doing, is comparing myself to others. And
it's a hard thing to admit to yourself that you're doing. You don't want to think that to yourself that you do that, but yeah, I do it too, and it's not fun.
It's not fun, and it's not fair either. It's not fair to yourself or the person you're comparing yourself to, because you don't know their story, they don't know your story, and you don't know what's going on with your readers either. I find that when I start comparing myself to others, the only thing that I can do to combat it immediately is just stop looking at their blogs, or stop looking at blogs altogether. And that's really not something that a blogger is supposed to admit that they do, is I don't look at any blogs. But if you're going through a really crappy time and it's affecting like your self-worth and your self-image, not looking at blogs is not a huge deal. It doesn't mean you don't like those people or you don't support those people. It means that you're taking a break in time for yourself.
It can all just get a little too overwhelming sometimes. Like the blog world is so saturated with awesome stuff, and if you are not feeling that great about yourself, it is possible to like let it affect you in a negative way. Rather than inspire you like it might normally do.
Yeah, and that's what I think, for the most part, blogs in our sort of blogging circle are intended to do, is inspire you.
Definitely not intended to make you feel bad.
No, that's just a lovely byproduct. So my best advice would be just to take a break from reading blogs for a little while. And then the last point was to really take a look at what you're doing and decide whether or not you're happy with it.
That's sort of like the root of it all, I think. Like, if you're not happy with what you're doing and you don't love it, it's easier to get bummed out by different things. So I think it's really important to sort of keep tabs on what you're doing with your own blog and make sure you're always interested in the content that you're posting, and that you get excited to post it, and you're also excited to visit your own blog and like look at it as a whole. Like I like to do that pretty often. Go there and see, make sure I like what I'm seeing, and it's really important to just post what you love and keep tabs on it and reevaluate, because what you love might change, and you don't have to keep posting the same thing if it's kind of starting to bum you out.
And I know this has been said like a million times before, but if you're not interested in your content, nobody else is. It shows that you're not interested in your content. It's lackluster. You don't seem excited about it. So you do need to take a step back every few months or so and really think about, like, am I enjoying doing this series? Am I enjoying doing this type of post at all? And like Elycia said, it is okay to change, and it is okay to change what you blog about. And everybody goes through it. Big, huge bloggers go through it. You can see distinct changes in their blogs, and that was because they weren't happy with the content they were producing. I regularly look at the type of content I post, and sometimes I think I want my blog to be totally different, and it's fine to make that choice. It is. So I think it's a good thing to every once in a while reflect on what you're doing and maybe make a change, or maybe return to something that really made you happy earlier, that sort of thing. Just make sure that you're excited about what you're creating, and I think that will give you a much more positive outlook on your life as a blogger.
Yes, that being excited about what you're doing is the most important thing, because why bother doing it if you're not enjoying it?
Yeah.
That's my big thing with blogging. It's like, if you don't like it, you can stop anytime you want.
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel these self-doubt feelings and get a little bummed, but you have to decide if you really do truly love it, or if you feel like you need to do it. And I know for myself, I really do love it. So I know when I'm feeling these bad yuckiness feelings, I just need to figure out what's causing it and try to fix it, because I love blogging.
Yeah.
And although this was kind of a bummer topic, I think it's nice to talk about every once in a while, because maybe it'll help people not feel so alone if they are feeling a little bit bummed with blogging in general, or just doubting yourself. It's nice to know that other people feel the same way, and everyone kind of goes through the same thing.
They do, for sure. Yeah. So if you have anything you want to add to the conversation, or you just even want to add your own personal struggles with your self-image related to blogging, or how you improve your self-image with blogging, we'd love to hear that. So please feel free to leave a comment in the section below.
Absolutely.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye. Okay.
Burp there. And there. There's my boobies. And your crazy lady mask.
People, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. What am I trying to say?
What the
Frankie, you're on video.
Can't stay awake? Too much to ask?